What's up, guys? I thought I'd let you check out the bike before I go on my trip next weekend. I've been talking about it for a while, but I'm going on the Swinging Bridges ride that goes around southern Missouri, and I'll throw up a map of that now so you can see what it looks like. But pretty much it's a 400 to 500 mile trip, depending on the route you take, because there's shortcuts and then there's longer routes if you want to do something a little bit harder. My mileage is going to be more towards the 600 mile range because I've got 75 miles to and from the start point. So I'm going to go up on a Friday, so I won't have that mileage on my main ride. That way I'll have 75 miles Friday to the hotel. Then the ride actually starts Saturday morning, and then I'll have the 200 plus miles that day, and then I'll have the 200 plus miles Sunday, plus my 75 miles home Sunday. So should put me right around 600 miles. But anyway, the bike is all ready. I've switched the front and rear tires now. I've got a IRC TR8 on the front, a more knobby tire for this ride because it's going to be a lot of gravel. And it could be a lot of crossings too, depending on which routes we take. And on the back, I've got a Mifo Explorer. That's a 50% off-road tire too, and 50% on-road. Same as the front, 50-50 tire. So that should be a good combo for this trip. I did have the Pirelli Scorpion MT90s, I think they were on there, and they're more of a street tire. But I'm going to end up throwing them back on when I get back. You know, once I wear this front tire down, then I'll throw something else with the front or the back tire when I put it back on after the Pirellis. Anyway, so in the front here I've got a Parabellum windscreen, so that will be really nice on the road, you know, in between gravel roads and that kind of thing. Keep a lot of the wind off of me. And I've also switched the front fender to a better looking front fender there. And it also helps with the rain and the mud a lot better than a lot of the aftermarket fenders. But this also has the look, so it has function and look. On the front here I've added these guards here. I did just have the bark busters, and then I added the MSR wind guard, so that'll keep a lot of the wind, and if it happens to rain, it'll keep it off my hands. Right here in the front I've added these grips here. These are Pro Grip gel grips. And they work really good for vibration, keep a lot of the vibration down. And I've also added this double take enduro mirror, so I can use it on the road and then loosen it here and flip it in when I'm off road. That way it doesn't hit nothing. I just got the mirror on the one side. I don't have two of them. Here I've got my GPS charging dock. That way I can keep it all charged up while I'm riding. Moving back, I'm going to have this bag on here for my main stuff I need to get to, cell phone, wallet, that kind of thing, my smaller camera. I'm going to keep these Mojave bags on here. I'll keep my toolkit there. I'll keep tire repair and some other small kits here. The other side's going to be somewhat empty and possibly up for grabs for whatever I need to put in there. I'm going to have this 25 liter on the back for my clothing and camera gear, and that's all waterproof, and then I don't have to worry about it. Besides that, I'm taking underneath here, this bag also straps down. It's got 4 loops, so I can strap it right to the top of this. But I'm also taking this 1 gallon Roto Packs, so that'll give me an extra gallon and some more mileage there, you know, another 50 miles or so. Beyond the bags and what's already on the bike and whatnot, I'll have this backpack with me, and I've got the rain cover for it. That way if it does start raining, I can throw the rain cover on it, because it isn't waterproof. And I'm going to carry some things in here, like my first aid kit will be in here. Most of these other tools, that's my tire change kit, that'll be on the bike. Tool kit will be on the bike, and tire tools and the strap will be on the bike. And pretty much the backpack will be mainly for my water bag here. I'm not sure how much this holds. I think it's a couple liters maybe, something like that. But I can put ice and water in there, and it'll keep, this backpack will actually keep it cold for quite a long time on a hot day. And then I've just got the hose coming out the top there, and it actually goes to the front where I can grab it while I'm riding and get a drink and have ice cold water. And like I said, I'll have this medical kit with me. This basically is just a Walmart kit that I bought. I don't think it was their most expensive kit, but it was their most expensive travel type kit for hiking and stuff like that. Basically some stormproof matches. Not that I'm going to need these for this trip because I'm not camping, but they're just in here. They don't take up much room. It's got cold compress and all the stuff that came with it for your medical needs. Sting and insect relief snake bite kit in here. Antiseptic cloths. I've got some bug spray here, and I've also got this, which just has some Aleve in it for if you get a headache, or I've got high blood pressure, coming back now. I got rid of it for a while, but it seems like it's kind of coming back, so I want to have that with me just in case I get a headache or something, So I've got a lot of good stuff in there. I want to keep that in my backpack. That way it's on my person if something happens, And then in this side pouch on the Mojave bags, I'm going to have this tire repair kit. This basically has a throttle repair kit in this pocket. Two different cables with all the nubs for the end to repair a throttle cable. Nuts and bolts in there, sandpaper, lighter is in there. And then in this main pocket here, I've got soap for changing tires. This makes it slippery, that way you can slip the tire off the bead and get it off the rim, that way you can switch the tubes. I've got chain lube, because you always want to keep your chain lubed, especially if you're going on a trip. They usually say to lube it every time you fill up gas, but it depends on how dirty riding or hard riding you are, I guess. If you're riding in a lot of dirt, you might want to throw some more on. I've got 2 chain links here for my type of chain, so it's good to have 2 extra chain links. I've got a steel stick here. That way if something does happen, I get a hole in the case, or even if somebody else needs it, I'll have that. I've got an extra spark plug for the DRZ in a case. This is a little protective case for spark plugs. In this little pocket here, I've got a little tin with the tube patches and cement and some other things in there. Just little stuff for changing tires, to take the, I forget what it's called, but to take the little valve in and out of the tube. So that's basically it for this kit. Besides the tube in there, I've got one 22-inch tube plus the hand air pump. And the hand air pump is sitting on the side and the tube's in the bottom. But you can use the 21-inch for the front or the rear. Plus I've got patches. So if I had to repair the rear, I could try to use a patch first. If that don't work, it looks like I'm throwing my 21-inch tube in there. No big deal, because it'll work, This is my tire tools. These are Motion Pro Bead Pro tools. And this end here, there's 2 tools in here, not minus this pouch. Or not with this pouch, but there's 2 ends here, and you can break the bead with those 2 ends. And then these ends are the spoons to take it off the rim. And then this kit here is Moose Racing 12-foot strap. So there's a 12-foot strap in here. You just never know when you might need a strap to pull a bike out of a ditch, to pull a bike back up an incline if it might have went off a trail, or to even pull a broken down bike. Your buddy could pull you to the gas station if you had to get to the gas station. So it's good to have that. This is a Wolfman Toolkit, and I did have a military toolkit, but I ended up switching it out for this one because I like it a lot more. It's quite a bit bigger, and it's got this pouch on it. And the pockets here are a little bit wider. Then they're all the, mostly the same size, but there is some smaller ones. So I've just got tire pressure gauge in here, some wrenches, T-handle for sockets. I've got a crescent wrench there, axle wrenches there. Here I've got a screwdriver that has 2 sockets with it, and two different types of Phillips and flatheads. And I've got the extensions for the tire wrenches, and then I've got Allen wrenches, all different sizes for the sizes I need. In this pocket I've got the socket wrenches, and I've got extra fuel hose in there, and that's about it for that. So yeah, I've got all the tools that I need to do just about any kind of maintenance that I'll have to do away from home, aside from tearing the engine apart and out, But basically I am pretty well ready for this trip, It should be pretty fun, I think. But I had debated on taking the KLR, but I just think this bike's going to be a little bit funner because it is a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker. I'm going to be able to zip around and play around when we get down to the rivers and around the creeks and stuff. I'll be able to play around a little bit. Excuse me. Play around a little bit more than I will on the KLR. So, but anyway, guys, there you have it. Well, I guess I can kind of mention, besides that stuff there and my tools and stuff, the only other stuff I'll be taking is my camera gear. But basically I'm going to take this little pouch here. This holds all my GoPro stuff. It's got charging cables up here, screen cleaners. This is my furry mic for the GoPro for when it's in the gimbal. And I'll actually be taking this gimbal too. I've just got to find a way to transport it, because you can see it kind of moves around there when it's not on. So I need to find a way to transport it a little bit better. But I'll have this whole case of all my batteries. I've got 7 of these GoPro batteries. I've got extra gimbal batteries. My Sena backpack that records the audio from your helmet mic. Here's my GoPro screen in here. That's a touch screen for GoPro, and my 2 GoPro Hero 3s in there. And this is actually my cover for my Sena stuff that keeps the GoPro waterproof when it's in the GoPro Sena case. I'll have this little camera with me. This is a little Samsung camera in here. And it's a pretty decent camera. I picked it up used just because it's not a super high-end camera, and if I break it, it's not a big deal. But if I can get it out here, it does 1080p at 30 FPS. It's not the greatest camera, but it's a Samsung camera here. 10x zoom. I forget how many megapixel it is, but it's an HD camera. It does really good. Takes really good pictures. Has optical zoom, you know, not digital zoom. So it's actually got good optical zoom. This is one I'll keep up in my tank bag. That way I can just grab it out and take pictures and that kind of thing. And besides that, I'll have this big charge pack. This is a 20,000 milliamp battery that I picked up for like 25 bucks. And I've had Pocket Juices before, and they're really good batteries. But basically it'll have, this is just the charging cable, or you can output with that cable if you need to plug something in. But that's your charging port there. And then you've got 2 outputs. They both do 2.1 amps, so it'll do a total of 4.2 amp output charging, or 2.1 amp to each one. So you can charge 2 devices. So this is small enough that I could actually stick it in my vest pocket on my jacket and keep my GoPro charged and my Sena charged, or charge it up while I'm riding, and then take it back out and throw it back in my bag. So anyway, that'll be about it for up there, besides my GPS and some other small stuff, that'll be about it that's going with me. I'm trying to really pack it light. I'm not camping. We're staying in hotels 2 nights because they said most of the people stay in the hotels, so that's what I'm going to be doing, because I want to be able to meet as many people as I can, that way you get to know everybody, and it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and like what I've done to the bike. I've put the full exhaust on there, done all kinds of mods to it for case savers and radiator guards and skid plates, and jetted the carb up, so it's completely ready to go. So yeah, I'll try to update you on another video before I go on the trip. That way you can see the bike completely loaded up with all my gear on it, ready to go the day I'm leaving. And that should be pretty interesting. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.